Are doing emojis today. I gotta get some from the Emoji Kitchen. I should be able to have this one. These shouldn't take very long, so I have quite a few here that I am going to be doing here. So the first one I'm going to be doing is this emoji, and it's pretty easy. This is the one I was talking about the other day when I was doing my, it almost kind of looks like a mustache a little bit, like that. And so this is basically kind of the basic premise of lips. And it's a combination of lips and paw prints, what we have going on here. Okay, so that's what we have right here. This one, that's done just that fast. Just that fast. And so I'm using some, you know, I didn't do it exactly like I found it in the Emoji Kitchen here, because I just didn't. Oh, you know what one I want to do next? I'm going to do long nose here. We're going to do something with long nose. Okay, I want to get over here to my, over here in my channel. And yeah, this is where I want to be at right here. And then that way I can see when I have any comments coming up. If I get any comments, then I can actually answer some questions. Okay, so I'm going back over here to the Emoji Kitchen. And you know what I really want to do with this one? I really want to mix it with a robot and see what I get. I want to get the long nose. Okay, I'm looking for long nose here, and I want to mix it with robot. So I'm doing morphing. Let's see. Okay, how come we're not getting, okay, R-O-B-O-T, Roboto. Oh, you're not coming up. So we can't, apparently we can't mix long nose. We only have a limitation of long nose that I can mix. I can mix it with fire and poo. Oh, goodness sakes. I kind of want to do long nose, but let's see, long nose and eyeball. Oh, that one could be fun. That one's a little bit of a challenge. Let's do this one. We're going to do Pinocchio, long nose, and eyeball. Okay, so I'm going to flip it this direction. And so I've mixed these two together. Okay, so I'm going to start here and do eyeball this direction. And I'm going to do the bottom part of eyeball. We're making the basic premise of an oval here. And then I'm going to be going down this direction and up. And so I'm going to be drawing this. And so we are going to do, okay, I need to draw the long nose first. I'm going to make it exceptionally long because we know Pinocchio does not tell the truth. I got a little paper there. I need to rip that off. Okay, I just ripped that off because I didn't like it. Okay, and so I'm taking this down in this direction. And then Pinocchio is not very, well, I don't know why Pinocchio, this is kind of a grumpy Pinocchio, it looks like. Okay, so we're doing this. It has a sad face. And so it's in the eyeball. And so we got part of a mustache going on here. Let's take it off of the face like that. There. And so we got kind of the grumpy eyes things. They're kind of twisted up like that. And so I'm using the Emoji Kitchen to make the Emoji Kitchen to make yeah, that looks pretty darn good there. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's take a closer look here. You see that? That's what we got right there. Well, let me try something here. I'm going to shade this one in a little bit. I'm just going to use my pencil and shade it in. Okay. I'm just going to shade it in a little bit like that. We're going to curve it in. I don't want it to be too dark here. Okay, so I'm curving it in like this. So this is kitchen table artwork. So when I was a kid, I used to sit at the kitchen table and draw some things, or, you know, if I had homework to do, I'd sit at the kitchen table and do a little bit of homework, and that was where I did things at. And so I'm morphing emojis. I'm going to be doing a robot here soon. We're going to be doing a robot. But I just thought this would be fun. I said I was going to do it last week, and so I thought, yeah, let's go on ahead and do it while I'm thinking about it and it's fresh in my mind. We'll have a little bit of fun drawing emojis. And so we have a little mixture thing here. Now, I don't think these are emojis that are actually available to us in our chat, but it looks like it's out of a developer type of a area where we can pick the emojis. Custom emojis is what we have. And so this is what I've done with it right there. And you can see it's a Pinocchio emoji inside of the eye. It's evil. It's an evil Pinocchio. And something in Congress that they have all the time, they'll use 1 through 5 Pinocchios related to someone who is telling the truth in society with their products and services that they're doing and selling, and they give them Pinocchios. They usually give them 1 through 5 Pinocchios. I knew I'd heard this stuff before. Hello, hang on, let me get over here so you guys... okay, this is Zale, Exzale, Exzaelx. Exzalex. You know what Exzale sounds like? I mean, I know there was a jewelry store named Zales. Exhale sounds like exhale. Doesn't it sound a lot like exhale? Exhale. Hello. Hello, Exhale. I know you guys are testing to see if we're live. I cannot stream not live. I can't do that. So I don't have the ability to stream and just abandon my live stream with a bunch of nonsense. I don't have the ability to do that. So I can only live stream while I'm here. Now there's other people who can do that. I can't. So YouTube does not give us the ability to do that. That's something the networks are doing. So the networks, this is just my conclusion, is that the networks are actually the ones who have the means to be able to open up their platforms and their studios and then just leave a live stream running, however it is that they do. I mean, they've been doing it for a long time. And that's how they artificially inflate their views to be so much higher than everybody else's views. I can't do that as an individual person. So, I mean, and the thing I've often asked is like, is that even, you know, it's just something that the networks are doing. And it sounds like the networks outside of the United States are doing the same thing. They just run their live streams consecutively and they get views from that. I can't do that. Okay. There's what we've got right there. Okay, so what should we do next? That one was kind of fun. Okay, let's see what one we should do next. Okay, so I've got, if you have any suggestions, maybe I'll ask that question in the chat. I'll write up here. What emoji, I'll ask that question. What emoji should we mix next? What emoji should we mix next? Morph mix. We can call it a morph mix. MORPH. What emoji should we morph mix next? So the object, what I'm doing here, this is kind of like, well, with this emoji, I could mix it with fire as well. I could mix it with fire. Let me see what it looks like with fire. Oh, that's really, really interesting there. Okay, so how do I exit out of it? If I want to do a different one, how do I exit out? Let's do moon with some. Oh, moon, I have a lot more. Moon and heart. Okay, so yeah, let's do moon and heart. That one could be kind of fun. Or should we do robot? Let's do robot and heart. Oh, robot and heart is fun. Okay, let me finish asking my question, and so I can pin it up here. Okay. What emoji should we morph mix next? Okay, so I'm going to pin the message. Okay, so my message is pinned up there. And I'm just going to set this over here while I'm drawing so you guys can look at that and you can see what we're doing. Actually, this right here kind of looks a little bit like fire, doesn't it? It really does. Okay, so okay, so I'm over here in the emoji kitchen, and that's what it says, emoji kitchen. Okay, so I'm gonna make this one tiny. I think I'm gonna make it up here. I mean, it's gonna look big, but it's gonna be somewhat tiny. These are pretty easy to draw, but we mixed up emoji in the emoji kitchen. Okay, so there I have got, okay, we're going to draw a thing up this direction, and then a circle, and then a circle. You know, I just realized something too. I was watching the show Land of the Lost today on YouTube. It happened to pop up. Oh, that was a show. I loved it when I was a kid. I loved Land of the Lost. I watched it every Saturday morning, and Holly named the dinosaur Spot. The little girl Holly in the show, she named the dinosaur Spot. And her brother Will Robinson, I think that was his name. He didn't think that was a good name. He says, "That's not a dog." I thought it was so funny. It was so cute. And she wanted to name the dinosaur Spot because she saw it as a dog. She saw Spot the dinosaur as a dog. There. Now we've completed our emoji here. We've morphed our robot into a heart emoji here. Do you see that? I think that one's kind of cute too. Should we do devil? Let's see, what one? Oh, maybe we should do I wonder. Oh, let's see what we can get with clown and robot. Okay, let me see where. Okay, let's robot. Do we have limitations? Let's see here if we can get clown. Now, where is clown at? Clown is close. Yeah, we can do this one. Oh my goodness sakes. Okay, this one will be fun. We're gonna mix, we're gonna morph, we're gonna do robot clown here next. Okay. Okay, let's put this one at kind of a angle. No, let's put it over here. We're gonna do, we're gonna make a shorter line up here because what we need to do is a little bit of clown hair here in the corner. So we've basically got kind of like little cloud-shaped circles going on here is what they are for the hair. That's the hair now. That's the hair for the clown. We're doing clown robot now. Okay, so we've got that part done. I told you these don't take very long. They're fun, they're quick and easy to make. And so, okay, so we're going to put in the clown nose here in the center. We got clown robot here going on. Okay, we're going to make big giant eyes. Hopefully those are big enough. Big giant eyes here. And we've got another circle here in the middle. Another circle here in the middle like this. And then we've got that really strange looking kind of, it's almost like a zipper mouth. Like this. That's kind of what I almost call it, is a robot zipper mouth, kind of like that. Now there's clown robot. Oh, we're not quite done yet. Oh, this looks like a heart almost here. Let's finish that off, and we're gonna, even though it's, yeah, let's make it look like a heart. Okay. And then we're going to put a little circle up here. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so this is what we have. That's what we have right here now. This is what we've been working on, is we're morphing emojis together into things that are just a little bit different. Let me see what, okay, what is this little guy? This is the little guy from oh, what was the name of that? Space Invaders. Space Invaders was the name. That's what I'm thinking of. We're going to do a Space Invaders. So I morphed the little Space Invaders creature with a robot here. So we're putting them together right now. Now this looks like Minecraft. It absolutely looks like Minecraft. Let's make a small one right here. I'm going to make it like kind of like this. And I'm going to take it down like this. Like that, down like this, and kind of down like this. It reminds me a lot of Minecraft. It's just kind of more of the same thing, slightly different. It's got a big long mouth like this. I'm going to color it in. I'm going to just shade it in like this. And then I'm going to make 2 square eyes like this. 1, 2, and then I need to add on some ears. We're adding on some ears and just thickening that up a little bit. I'm going to thicken up the eyes just a little bit, not a whole lot. They don't have to be perfect. Leave a little bit of white space in there so we can see some of the white space in there, just like that. And then what I need is the antenna. Okay, so we're doing the antenna here. We got an antenna going on here. Okay, and then we are working on this up here. Pretty cool. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is fun. We got our little emoji kitchen collection going on here of unusual emojis we're morphing together. Let's do one that is kind of Halloween related. How about that? Okay, so we have got this one, and let me see here. Oh, that one turns orange. Halloween related. Halloween is, so we morph the Space Invaders with a pumpkin. Well, let me show you what we get. So we morph Space Invaders with a pumpkin. I may not remember this. Oh, this is going to be so funny. I may not remember this, but we're going to do the best that we can. And when I say remember it, because I'm not making it orange, but when I make it... Okay, we've got that going on, and so I've got a line going from here to over here. Okay, so we're going to go down a little bit like this, and down a little bit like this, and then I've got a longer line right here, and then a longer line right here. So this is our Pumpkin Space Invaders robot, which is from Space Invaders, the old one of the, oh my gosh, I don't know if any of you have ever played Space Invaders in the when the games were popular in the malls and things like that. That was one of the games that was in the arcades. I knew I'd think of the word, the arcades. So now we don't have to worry about arcades anymore because the internet has put them out of business, but then the money industry has become even more popular with the internet. You know, more and more people are actually able to play the games. Okay, and so okay, so hopefully I can do that. Okay, so we're going to go over a little bit like this, up, over, down, and over, down, over, and up. Okay. Okay, so this is our Pumpkin Space Invaders robot emoji right here. That's what this one is maybe I should write that down. Pumpkin. I better write it down. Pumpkin Space Invaders. Pumpkin. Now, if we look, pumpkin, this is kind of interesting. We look at the word pumpkin. It's got pump in it, and then the word kin, which the word kin, it sounds like kin, but it's kin, like as in kindred spirit or kin family, kin folks. People use that word often for their family, to kind of represent their family. Let's see. Let me see if I can find my, well, I can't find my pencils, but these pens will work. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to color, I'm going to color this emoji. Let's see, pumpkin. We're going to color it orange. Just like this. We're going to color emoji just like this. Okay, so we're close to being done here with, this is kind of cute. This one's really kind of cute. Pumpkin emoji here. Do you see that? That actually turned out really, really cute. Maybe we should color clown emoji a little bit. Color it in. We can kind of have fun with this one a little bit later, taking some pictures. Yeah, let's color the clown here. We're going to color the clown here on. We're making it red. That clown red. Is that too dark? That might be. Well, okay, this one, I'm going to make them kind of similar here, but I want to lighten up before I make it too dark. Okay, so I want a little bit lighter clown here. Let's see if this makes it a little bit lighter. Yeah, this is more of the color I'm looking for. This'll work. Perfect. Perfect color here. Well, I'm wondering, now they've said that all the attorneys have disappeared. Do you guys find that strange? They're saying all the attorneys have disappeared, which is kind of strange. I don't know what that means. Or did they fire them all? Did Donald fire all the attorneys? Or did they give them different names or something? I don't know. Do you guys know what's going on with that? And why would they all disappear? Is that just so Donald can represent himself, maybe? I have no idea. I mean, I hear so much about this stuff every day, and I really don't want to hear about it all the time. It's like, good grief. But anyway, we got clown emoji. He looks like what clown emoji looks like. Now, but I also hear the conservative side is so angry at this point that they're tired of dinking around with the nonsense of the clown car. I've been hearing that too. It's not that they've completely lost their sense of humor. It's just that they have lost their patience with what's going on, I believe, with the government. That's my understanding. Okay. So, that's really cute, actually, right there. I think he's cute. So, I think he's really, really cute. Well, I've got my red pen out. Maybe I should color this one too, because this one's kind of reddish. Let's just make it look... yeah, we'll just do a little bit of cross-hatching here. I don't want it to be perfectly colored in. That'll work. That works good. Okay, let's see here. Let's color... I'm going to just do a little bit of light coloring in here, not too heavy. I think that'll work. I don't want to mess it up and make it too dark. I just want to give the hints that the face is red, kind of reddish like that. Not radish, but reddish. That'll work. Now, if you've noticed, I'm not adding any dark ink on here because of the fact that I'm not using watercolors, but I just don't want it to blend by accident for some reason. And that's what, oh, I know what color I can add in here. I just thought of it here. I'm going to add some pinkish in here. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, this will work. This works out really good. So we can kind of color it in a little bit more here like that. Oh, that works out really good. Okay. Any more questions? I don't see any questions at this point. I just thought I would ask. I know you guys ask questions. I do the same thing. I ask questions because I know we have those live streams that pop up, and we all tell each other when we find out that it's not an actual live stream. It's just a repeat of a live stream that someone is playing. And I mean, now though they do have moderation on those, and I think it's robot moderation. But sometimes if they don't have the words put in, a whole bunch of words, you can actually promote yourself in there. You can do a lot of things inside of those live streams. You can do a lot of things in those live streams where they just have robots who are actually manning the helm, and it's just videos that are playing and repeating and stuff like that, something that's already been done. So they're actually artificially inflating their own views on their own channel, which the rest of us can't do that. So that's other people who are doing that the rest of us can't do. But those sometimes are good places to promote your channel, as long as they're not heavy handed with moderation. But if they have in one of those Nightbot things or something like that, it's likely if you write the wrong thing, you're going to get some kind of warning from them. That looks pretty darn good right there. Yeah, that does. That looks pretty good. So let's color this in a little bit like that. Now, the guy that I was seeing on YouTube, he actually looks quite a bit like Lindsey Graham, the guy who called himself an attorney. He looks a lot like Lindsey Graham, and I think Lindsey Graham was saying that. And he's asking what happened to the attorneys. So, I don't know if he's saying that Lindsey Graham is not an attorney, but see, a lot of these old politicians, they call themselves lawyers. I mean, that's how you become a lawyer, is you get elected to politics. And so they've all been calling themselves lawyers, which is really strange. I mean, that's the only way you get elected. You become a lawyer is to become a politician? I never heard of that. So you have to have a lot of money, a lot of corporate backing, and you have to be for something, I guess. Not for the American people, but you have to be for you have to be for something that doesn't represent the American people. That's what it sounds like. And, you know, and so, which seems to me nowadays like it's their own ideology, their own agenda, and they're not actually, you know, it's like, well, I didn't realize that we elected people to go against the will of the people. You know, so, and that's why we talk about Wall Street being too much of an influence within our country. Wall Street capitalism, capitalists become dictators. That's a fact when you have self-private corporate governance. That's a fact. That's the facts, Jack. There it is. Okay, so we've got little emoji, Pinocchio liar long nose in there. Okay, so let's make another one. Okay, what colors did I... Yeah, I'm just going to leave this one like that right now. I'm not going to do too much colors. Now the ink pen, I like colored pencil, but the ink pen tends to stand out quite a bit more. Let's see, what one, let's do a star. Star. Okay, star, and no, I don't like that one. I don't like the star and lips. No. Star and moon. Well, we could do star and moon. Star moon would be a fun one. I mean, they just go without saying as far as that goes. Star moon. Yeah, let's do a little star moon in here with the robots. Star. We'll do a little crescent moon. Okay, we'll do a little crescent moon here. And we've got a little mouth here. Mouth. And we've got a little eye. So we're just morphing these together is what we're doing. And then we've got a little 5-pointed star here. Oh, well, that's a bigger 5-pointed star, but there we go. So that's a little emoji that I came up with the kitchen table developer there. Okay. Emoji kitchen developer is what it is. Star. No, I can't see anything on that one. Okay, let's. Sun. No, that one doesn't really. Oh, that one's confusing. That one looks confused. Sun heart looks confusing in some of those directions. Sun. Oh, now that one is cool. That one's kind of cute, actually. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna make this one a little bit of a surprise here. I'm gonna see how much of a surprise we can make it. So we're gonna do some sunglasses. We're gonna start off with sunglasses here. Sunglasses. And then we're going to go around like this and around like this, like that. And so we've got a little, kind of a little upside down question mark looking nose here. And so we're going to go up like this, just like that. And let's see here. We're going to... Okay, so we've got combination of sun and sunglasses. Oh, yes, perfect. Sun and sunglasses. That's what we've got. Sun, sunglasses. So there's what we've got. Sun, sunglasses, emoji here from the Emoji Kitchen Developer website. That's what we've got right there. That's what it looks like. Oh, we didn't do the mouth. We need to do the little mouth here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's kind of make it look a little bit more like sunglasses, though. So we got to get these little bean-looking things in here. They look like little beans for the reflection here. So I'm going to color this in to make it look more like sunglasses. And so I'm not going to color it in too solid there, but I want it to sort of look like, okay. That looks pretty good, actually. Yeah. We got the little beans in there for reflections on the sun. That looks pretty darn good. Let's add a little color into this one. We're going to add a little color in. And so we've got, what is that? A little bit of orange, it looks like. Orange and yellow. And so I'm going to do a little combination of some oranges and yellows here. And, okay. So, I think I'm going to just start out with orange, or yellow. Yellow. I'm going to do a bunch of yellow and then add the orange in a little bit at a time. So with the light colors, this is something I always learned in art class. With the light colors, apply them on first, because you can add just a little bit. You can always add more, but once you get the heavier color, which is orange, you can't take it away. Then it just becomes overbearing. It's an overbearing color. And so it's hard to take that color away. So that's why I'm just starting out here with yellow, because I want the yellow to show here. And so I'm adding this in here, just like that. Okay, so we've got yellow here. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I've got orange here. I'm just going to add just a little, see, just a little bit like that, not too much. Remember what I said. We can add a little bit at a time and always add more. But once we get too much, then we can't take it away, because then it's an overbearing color. So I kind of want to distinguish that these colors are different from each other a little bit here. And so I can go on the outside a little bit like that over the pencil. I want my pencil markings still on there to show. That's how I did it, was with pencil. So we have the pencil sketching here. And I like that. That looks pretty good. Do you see that? See how that works? And so we just slightly have a combination there of orange and yellow. It's not colored in perfectly. We don't need it to be colored in perfectly. Let's color just one in and see what we get. We'll just do one. That's going to look okay. Oh, I like that. I like that too, actually. Let's do a couple of them. They almost look like upside down candy corns. Okay, so what I'm going to do next here is, I believe I want to make the sunglasses just a little bit darker. So I'm going to get out my dark color pen here. Maybe I should get out my blue pen. I'm going to make blue blocker glasses. That's what I'm going to make here. Because this pen, I believe, will cover up my pencil. Pen usually covers up pencil. Yep, it is working. Pen is working here over pencil. So it's kind of like the rock, paper, scissors game. So I'm using blue. And so I'm going to outline my bean here. My bean shape here is the reflection in the sunglasses. So I'm covering this up with blue. I'm using blue for my dark color. It's kind of a navy blue color. Navy blue is what the color that I'm using. But do you see how deceptive? See, this pen is blue, and that's the color that it is. But there's a lot of deception with the colors, though, because on screen it does not look like it's blue. Am I out of ink? No. Okay, how do I open this one up? Am I out of ink? I'm wondering if I'm out of... No, I still have ink in here. Okay, well... Okay. Maybe it just dried up in the end because I haven't used it. That's what's happening. Okay, it's dried up though. Uh-oh. That's not good. Let's see here. I might have to get a different color. It still has ink in it, but it's not working. Let's see if this one works. I hope so. Yeah, this one's working. So I got myself another blue pen here. I love the gel pens. It's just that if you let them go too long, they tend to dry up for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Okay. I like that. That looks pretty good. Maybe we need to color, okay, this one. Let's color this one's eyes in. We'll use red. I need to color your eyes in. Do you guys ever wonder what the state does with all the kids? So, for example, if you have a single dad who has to go to jail, what do you think the state does with their kids if there's no mom around? Or they have no contact information for the mom? What do you think they do with their kids? Do they just like leave them alone? Does anyone have the answers to that? Do they just like dump them off somewhere? That's one of the things that the foster care kids have always said, that the state has one of the worst, the United States and state in and of itself has one of the worst run systems in the whole country. Now this looks pretty darn good, I'll say. I like that. And we've got some pretty good images there of our emojis. We need to set you aside somewhere. Let me see here. Before we put you away. Oh, there, I got it going. There, I got it going again. Should we color Clown's eyes blue? This is my pen that wasn't working. So what I did was I just run it over a napkin to get it going again. So it's actually working again. So I needed to just clean out that area that dried up inside of the... That looks pretty darn good. Pretty good there. Okay, so let's put you guys back in here for right now. And let's see what we can come up with next to draw. Let's see what we're going to come up with next here. Okay, so we're going to set you guys up here, and we're going to work on another one. So we've got another cardstock here to work on. Let's see. Are you guys going to give me some ideas of what you'd like to see? Or am I doing good? Maybe I'm just plain old doing good, and you guys like what I'm doing, so that's why you're not saying anything. I appreciate that, too. Rainbow. Oh, this one is cute, actually. This one's really cute. Rainbow emoji is really cute. I think I'm going to... Rainbow Devil. Oh, Rainbow. Oh, my God. I got to do this one. I wasn't going to do Rainbow, and I changed my mind. Okay. Okay, so let me chicken scratch a little bit here. I'm going to do a little chicken scratch. Okay, we're going to draw a devil here. Rainbow emoji. Devil rainbow emoji is like excruciatingly angry. Do you see those eyes? And then the sad, grumpy face here. Really, really grumpy face. Okay, so we're going to get the devil eyes up here. Not ears, devil ears. Okay, we've got the devil eyes and the devil ears. Okay, so what I need to do here is I'm just gonna lightly chicken scratch to get a first curve here going. First curve here is a blue. Okay, we're gonna get our blue back out again, so we can use our blue that we just put back in here. I think this is the one that I was using that wasn't working, but I did get it working here eventually. Okay, we've got you working again. That looks pretty good. That's pretty darn good there. Okay, so let's set you down right here. And we are going to do, what color are we going to do next? Let's do, before we go any further, let's do the ears. Yeah, let's do ears. So we're doing a little purplish on the ears because I don't know why. Devils are made purple. And I don't know if that ties into church, which sometimes I think it does because church tends to use purple a lot with their rectories and stuff like that and their services. And so we're doing purple ears here. Now, church does not like the devil. Now, devil is purple like the church colors, I guess. Okay, we'll make ear a little bit bigger like that. Okay, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do the face. But first we need to do now I need to do a lighter blue color. Okay, so I'm going to do, it's almost like a turquoise color. Yeah, let's do this one. This one looks a little bit, it's kind of a bluish turquoise color. I hope it shows up. Yeah, it's showing up pretty good. So we're going to make a little rainbow here. That's what we're working on, is a little rainbow. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we are going to do some green. We're going to work on a little bit of green here. Okay, what color? Okay, we're doing a light green here. So we're going to do a little bit of light green. That's really pretty. I'm sure Devil is not happy about the rainbow. Devil is never happy about anything. Okay, so we've got the green there. The green is done. Now we are doing yellow. We're going to do some yellow. Okay, so we got some yellow here. Okay, and then the next color is orange. Okay, we're going to do orange. Okay, hang on, we've got orange. Well, that is a very dingy looking orange. And then we have got red. Okay, we're going to do red around here. Well, you know the thing I've thought about though, not all rainbows. I've actually seen red rainbows, so we're not going to be too hard on ourselves for this muddy color rainbow here, because I've seen some very, very muddy color rainbows. And this one is looking a little bit muddy here. So it's just going to be a muddy color rainbow. Doesn't look that bad. I thought it looked really bad, but it really doesn't look that bad. Okay, so I think that's good enough right there. And so now I am going to go over here with, is this a lighter, I don't know if this is lighter purple or not. Let's see here. That's kind of a pink. Well, I'm going to color the devil. Yeah, that'll work. This color will work. So I'm going to color the devil and the devil's face in like this. Okay, so before I go on, what I'm going to do is go around like this. Okay, make a circle here. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. That's a lot of fun. Okay. Now one of the things that this guy, I don't remember his name, but he was saying, oh, he says I'm alleged or something like that. So he goes by alleged, and I don't know what he's doing with that, but he's just using the word alleged. And so he was saying that they've discovered that there are the billboard attorneys. What he said is that he had a friend, and he said all they do all day long is just answer phone calls. So he said he was kind of curious about how it worked, and so he was at his friend's house one day, and he said that is all that they do is answer phone calls. He said they are not they just talk to people and they do consultations on the phone. So he is actually telling people to not use billboard attorneys anymore, because he said when you go into big cities, he says there's got to be like at least 50 signs or more. And he said, you know why they use them? He said that's because billboard attorneys work. And he says they put on the signs and on TV that people are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. He said when in all reality, they might be lucky to get maybe $15,000 at the most. But they don't tell you that. That's what he was saying. He said, but they just sit there on the phone all day long and just answer people's questions and talk to them. He said that's all that they do. Oh, hello. Let's see here. Somebody else came in here. This is MGLABBAVRC. Hello, MGL Miglabaverk VRC. Miglabaverk? Okay, Miglabaverk. I think that's Miglab. Do we call you Glab? Miglab? Miglabaverk. Hello, Miglabaverk. I like saying Miglabaverk because, okay, we'll call you MG. Okay, MG. That'll work too. Alrighty, MG. So what are you up to today? So I was talking about the big billboard attorneys and how they actually are a ripoff. They said they're a scam. They said their advertising marketing campaign works because people believe it. They see that stuff on TV and they see big truck accidents, big slip and falls, big this, big that, big. And so they think that they're going to win something really big, but then they don't. And they said a lot of times, well, you know what? I have actually called up the big, and this guy was referencing about like Morgan and Morgan. And I have called up Morgan and Morgan before, and they said they couldn't help me. They just out and out told me, they said, we can't help you. I don't know why. Who the heck is Keller and Keller? Isn't Keller and Keller, is that a law firm? I literally saw a billboard with an AI character on it. You did? You did? Did you really? Oh my gosh, how cool is that? Oh, we need to come up, you know what, we need to come up with something like this in a suit. We need to come up with a Space Invaders AI pumpkin looking attorney in a suit. How do you think, oh my gosh, a robot in a Speedo? I think that would... No, I'd rather look at the guy attorney in the Speedo, to be quite honest about that. So do you see? I always see them on my billboards. Keller and Keller. Let me go look and see who Keller and Keller is. Okay, I've got to go look. I think this is, I'm not sure what this is, but what is Keller and Keller? Is that like Helen Keller? Ellele. That is, you would most likely see in Indianapolis. Okay. In Indianapolis. Okay. Keller and Keller. Let's see. Elle. Keller. I thought Keller and Keller was a real estate company. Keller and Keller. Was it a real estate company? I mean, the real estate personal injury attorney, Indiana. Yes, everybody and their brother apparently has to have a personal injury attorney, except for me. I don't get my own attorney. No, I don't get my own personal injury attorney. They're scared to death of me for some reason. I don't know why. They are mortified of me. Oh no, we can't do anything for you. But they are scared to death. Attorneys, for some reason, are scared of me, and they don't want anything to do with me. I don't know why. I mean, I'm just a little old lady. Why are you afraid of little old ladies? That's what I'd like to ask. Why are attorneys afraid of little old ladies? Oh, no, we can't do anything for you. You're going to have to call up the federal government and get one of those fake attorneys that's in Congress. That's what you're going to have to do. Let me see what else they're saying. What MG is saying here. MG, you would most like, it is a real estate company. I think so. Yeah, I think it's both, maybe. Keller. I've seen, so a lot of these names, they run really close with attorneys and real estate. Actually, Keller and Keller in its billboard on the internet, we're going to have to call them internet billboards. The top billing, or the top thing on YouTube, on their main page that they advertise on, that's a billboard. I mean, that's a billboard. That's kind of what I learned. I mean, they have a billboard advertisement. I mean, the attorneys could actually advertise on YouTube at the top of YouTube there, on the YouTube billboard. That's what they're called, is the YouTube billboard. And I think it would be awesome to see my advertisement up there with that man in his Speedo, billboard attorney. But this says Keller and Keller is nationwide. It says it helps clients with nationwide type cases. And so, yeah, it is Indiana. Now they've got, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. How much does Keller and Keller charge? It says 0 fee guarantee. I think that's for the 2-hour consultation. So they don't charge you anything for the consultation. Keller and Keller, Indianapolis. Keller and Keller, Indiana, injury law firm. Keller and Caracuzo, a law firm in North Palm Beach. Interesting. This is down in Florida. Keller and Keller Disability, Keller and Keller Dalton, Keller and Keller Facebook, Keller and Keller Albuquerque, Keller Swan, Albuquerque. I'd rather call it Albuquerque than Albuquerque. Keller and Keller Injury Law. Oh, this is on Instagram. John Keller, Walden Mocked Heron and Williams LLP, Slappy and Sad, Michael A. Keller, Atlanta Personal Injury Lawyers. So Slappy and Sad, Keller and Keller Foster Web Marketing, Keller and Keller Law Firm. Where's that at? Keller and Heckman Are People, Elite litigators. Can you just imagine that? Oh, you're leaving? Don't leave. Don't leave. I'm going to charge my VR. What's your VR? Your virtual reality? You are the most chill. What is the most chill streamer? I'm not actually going to leave. Okay, good. Don't leave, because I'm reading through all the Kellers right now. You have me just reading through all the Kellers, like Helen Keller. What is your VR? Is that your virtual reality? You need to charge your virtual reality back up again? Your virtual, I know it's a virtual something or another. Is that your virtual car or something? I don't know what it is. Now the devil looks pretty good there. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to add maybe just a little hair of, some scribbles in here like this. Light scribbling. That's what I'm doing, a little bit of light scribbling. Because if we don't have the highlights in here, we've always got to have the highlights in here. The highlights peeking through is actually what gives it character, a lot of character. And see on the internet, when I look at this image, you know, I mean, yes, I can see the scribbling, but, you know, it kind of blends it in. But we have really good video, actually. We have really, really good video here. Okay, so I'm going to look and see. Let me look at my emoji kitchen here. And yeah, oh, the only thing I didn't do is the hands. I should add the hands in here. They kind of look like mittens. So let me do this. Like this. Yeah. Oh, they almost look like mittens and hearts. Kind of a mitten heart combination. That's kind of an interesting thing to remember there. But they're hands, and so we're going to just scribble these on in here. They're the same, actually they're the same color as the face, but I'm using the darker ink for the hands here. And the rainbow emoji. We are working on rainbow emoji right now. Okay, let me add a little bit of, I want to add a little bit of pink in here. Now, I didn't follow my own advice very well with this one. The hands are just going to be like that. I don't think they look bad at all. Actually, I was thinking at first maybe, but I think they look all right. Okay, so billboard attorney. My billboard attorney I made, he was hot. Have you ever saw this guy named King live? He has the strongest chair on the planet. No, I have not seen a guy named King that has a strong chair. No. What does that mean, a strong chair? Like, is it strong or... No, a strong chair? What is a strong chair? Like it's the strongest chair and it never breaks? I mean, that would be interesting to have a chair that never breaks. Oh, that looks really good. That looks really, really good. Oh, I like that. Okay. I still think my rainbow looks like a dirty rainbow. I have to call it a dirty rainbow is a dirty rainbow. But it kind of fits in with the devil, doesn't it? A guy named King, he has the strongest chair on the planet. King chair? No, I don't know who King with the strong chair is. Okay, let's see what emoji we should make next. King, okay, what would I type in to find it? King, King strong chair? Keller and Keller injury lawyers on YouTube. Keller and Keller injury lawyers. Keller and Keller Albuquerque, Keller and Keller real estate, Mitch Keller Pittsburgh Pirates, Nathan Keller is People, Keller and Keller injury lawyers Indianapolis, Keller Law Group, Jennifer Keller, Keller Anderl Skolnick. Jordan S. Keller. Okay, so let's look up guy with the strong chair. Keller has gotten a little boring there. Wait a second. Let's go back here. The King, he has the strongest chair on the planet. Okay, so let me go in here. King STRONGEST CHAIR on planet. I hope this on the planet. Is it on planet or planet Earth? Okay, on planet Earth. Strongest chair on the Oh, this is a guy on YouTube. Oh my goodness. Nomada Toast. His name is Nomada Toast. Well, let's take a look at him here. He says, I can lift 25 kilos with one hand, but cannot for the last need lift this chair. Besides being strong, this chair can move every part with lumbar support. Okay, I'm going to take a look. I have my thing muted. What in the world is he doing? Well, he kicked it over. Oh my gosh, I would love that chair. The office chair like that. Oh my gosh. That's an office chair I would love to have. That one looks nice. My gosh, an office chair like that. Oh, he can lift it with one finger. And he's putting a bunch of weight on it. That looks like, oh my gosh, that's a nice looking chair. And it looks like it wouldn't break either. It's got lower lumbar support. I've seen people in those chairs before. That's nice. That's a nice looking chair. I have seen those. The world's strongest chair. There's a lot of people doing that. The world's longest chair. Explore Planet Earth Pegasus hiking chair review. Oh, they're taking it hiking? Yeah, that would be, my goodness. The most durable chair in the world. Emiko. Now this one doesn't have wheels on it. This one's not an office chair. Now that we have the world's biggest chair, which is one of those wooden chairs. They've been around forever and ever. King Kong and the canopy chair. Well, the part of a canopy chair is what it looks like. The King Kong, and it is the fold-up collapsible chair is what it is. I'll tell you, the fold-up collapsible chairs are nice. They've gotten very, very expensive. I had one of them that was a rocker. I loved the rocker chair. I totally loved the canopy rocker chair. I kind of wish that I would have bought another one instead of another chair that I bought actually. Because the canopy rocker chair, I used to have one. It was brand new, but I don't have it anymore. That would have been nice. The most expensive king chair in the world on Pinterest. Best offers. The world's largest chair in Thomasville, North. I don't know if that's North Carolina or North Dakota. It only just stops at North. Penrose rocking chair stats. 21 feet tall, 14 feet wide, 9,100 pounds, made from hand-hewn Douglas fir logs. This amazing work of art snagged. Chris the Hobby Guy, the world's largest chair, located in front of Catskill Mountains Country Store in world's largest chair. So I'm using Google to search this one on out. The most powerful chair in the world are /Tumblr. This is on Reddit. That's because they have the weakness to ultraviolet light, leave them out in the UV, and it degrades the plastic, makes it brittle. That's actually a truthful review, because a lot of that plastic stuff, when you put it up in heat, it does deteriorate over time. Even in cars too. Unfortunately, in cars that does happen. Rust in peace, queso chair, aka the strongest. King strongest chair on the planet Earth review. Okay, let's go on to number 2 here. We've got top 10 throne chair manufacturers. Oh, those are pretty chairs. They look excruciatingly uncomfortable though. I always thought a king's chair looks so uncomfortable because well, there's nothing wrong with sitting with your back next to it, but you can't recline. I know I've kind of gotten used to reclining over time. or kind of sitting back. Maybe that's a problem with my posture because now I didn't know. I know I used to watch Miss Manners when I was a kid. Well, Miss Manners, I think, was more of a 19. No, Miss Manners was around for a long time. I kind of forgot about her. But she was always talking about you got to sit proper, you got to sit with your back up straight. And I know the celebrities always did that, sit with their back up straight. So you'd see them going on the late night TV shows and they'd just be sitting there on the edge of their chair. They'd have their waxed up legs crossed, because they stopped wearing pantyhose. They were women's libbers, so they didn't wear pantyhose anymore. So they just had waxed up legs that were all shiny and everything and all primped up, and their fancy pedicure toenails, they're sticking out of their stiletto shoes. And so they'd be sitting there all prim and proper. They wouldn't sit back and slouch in the chair. Men would. And I think there was a few women, maybe Roseanne she didn't sit all prim and proper. I don't think. I could be wrong, but most of the women, when they'd be wearing their fancy dresses, even Kathleen Lee Gifford at one time, she said, you gotta go on the talk shows and you gotta flirt with the show host. So if you're gonna go on David Letterman, you gotta go on there and you gotta flirt with him. She said, he just likes that. You gotta go on there and flirt with him. And so anyway, let's get back to the chair. So the king's chair has you sitting up all prim and proper. The coronation chair. Oh, the coronation chair. Known as St. Edward's chair on King Edward's chair is an ancient wooden chair that used by the British royals. The strongest chair in the world, Alan Wake. Octane seating, the 20 world's finest modern chairs. TikTok, Vic Victory, world's third largest rocking chair, Roadside America. America has a lot of extra large chairs. Now, doesn't it? Absolutely it does. Top 10 throne chair manufacturers in the world. If you want to find fine quality throne chairs from the Source Factory, here we go.
The list of top throne chair manufacturers in the world. The biggest chair in the whole wide world is on TikTok. It's on TikTok. Okay? Will you still love me if I talk like this? Mr. Attorney, will you still love me? If I talk to you like this, will you still love me? I don't think you do right now. You don't love me very much, but will you still talk to me? If I got married to you, will you still love me? Oh, lie to me again, Pinocchio. Lie, lie, lie. That's what you do, Mr. Attorney. You lie. You tell big fat lies, you liar. You're worse than Hollywood. You know you are.
Here.
There he is. There's the attorney. Lie to me. See? He will. He will lie. He'll lie to his client for some reason.
Okay, so let's get back to some serious business here. We're working on our emojis. And the world's largest chair. The world's largest cedar rocking chair. Texas County Reporter. This is things people are reporting on. Did you guys know that? Howard University Home. Excellence in Truth and Service. The big chair. The big chair once was the world's largest chair. Now it's just a big chair. Dr. Sharon King Gabrielides post. LinkedIn, Dr. Sharon King Gabrielides, and we're talking about the chair. How did King Edward VII love chair? Oh, he had a love chair? He had a love chair. I want to read this article now. Let me see what his love chair is. I don't know if I should. We need your consent so that we and our trusted 112 partners can store and access cookies. Okay, just I want to see what his love chair is. So, yes, King Edward VII really did have a specially made love chair that he kept at a Paris brothel, but how did it work? Okay, so as a young man, the perpetually pleasing, seeking Albert, Prince of Wales. Later, King Edward was responsible for commissioning arguably one of the most famous pieces of erotic furniture of all times, the love chair. Oh my goodness sakes. Um, I guess that's what caught my fancy there. It took the form of a brocade bunk bed or stacking seats completely with stirrups to hold the legs of not one but two different partners. A threesome chair, if you will, designed for a royal with famously gargantuan sexual appetites. King Edward VII's love chair, known as the Sledge d'Amour in French, epitomized, it sounds like a gynecology chair. For crying out loud, is it a gynecology chair maybe? And they did something with the gynecology table and they did it with a chair or something? I don't know. Okay, so they're having a menage a trois, some afternoon delight, it sounds like, and possibly more importantly, it allowed the overweight king to be to have sex with two women at the same time without crushing them. Now wait a minute. How in the world did he do that? Did he have like two thingies? Did he have like two hot dogs? How in the world does he have sex with two women at the same time in his love chair without crushing them? Oh, so he had to sit in the chair so the women could get on top of him. But he did it at the same time? How does that work? Let's see. Why did King Edward VII need his love chair or siège d'amour? It was a surprisingly beautiful piece of furniture manufactured by Louis. Okay, now I want to see what it looks like. Let me see if Google shows what the chair looks like. This I've got to see. Okay, paste, enter. Let's see if we can. This famous love chair, a Parisian brothel. Oh my gosh, it actually looks almost like it is in here. Surprisingly, it is in here. It looks like a gynecology table, but it is a chair of some sort. And it kind of looks like a deer at the same time. You know, some of them, they draw some. You know what? I think maybe later on, maybe I'll draw this chair because it almost has, it looks like it has antlers on it, like it's a deer of some sort. They're calling it a love chair, but it looks like a deer. It looks like, it does. It looks like a deer. Lots of people are using this picture, this love chair, and drawing pictures of it. I want to do that too. I think this would be fun to draw a picture of this chair. The only way I'm going to be able to do it is a little bit later on. But I think I'm going to. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to download it into Google Keep. And I think I can do drawings with Google Keep on top of a picture. And I'm going to do what these other folks are doing with the love chair here. Which to me it looks like a early crude version of a gynecology table, but they're calling it a love chair. So it makes sense, you know, because women have said that they felt like they could have at least been taken out to dinner by their doctor before he went diving in deep into their vagina, for crying out loud. But that's what takes place. It's a very erotic looking device. It does look, yeah, the love chair. Now, how do you fit two women on there? Oh, unless there's one woman on, oh, that's got to be what it is. There's one woman on the top, one woman below. It's almost like a bunk bed chair. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, is to be a bunk bed chair. And Oh, this one is a little girl who's looking at it. She doesn't look old enough to be looking at that chair, even know what it is. She is. She looks like she's about 8 years old. She looks about 8 years old. Let's see it's on TikTok. And yeah, she looks really, really young. Commenting about this chair. I'm, should we, I'm not going to be able to hear what she says. Okay, let me pause this for a minute. Okay, I want to hear what she says. Okay, wait. Okay, so I got to go over to my video and I've got to mute this down so that I can hear what she has to say. I don't want to hear myself talking. Now let me go back over here. Okay, then I'm going to go unmute myself. No, hang on.
In the colonies wasn't enough. So how did this chair help the king get knee-deep in Nyash? For our Bertie, conquering the colonies wasn't enough. So instead, he conquered the Poon. Because unfortunately, one singular Poonani just wasn't hitting the spot.
Poonani.
Bless him. Being the king meant he had to do a lot of fannying about. And that gets tiring. So to let off some steam and to commemorate this, a chair was made for him, and it resided in a Parisian brothel. And this was class news for our bong-eyed Bertie, because it meant he could plough 2 fields at the same time.
He could plow 2 fields at the same time. Oh, she's got three people in the chair at the same. Okay, one is him and.
Intimate scenes, such as hand-holding.
How would an 8-year-old little girl know about all this?
Possibilities were magical.
And she's describing everything about the chair.
48-inch waist. Having a love chair is probs doing your wonders, especially when you've got things such as footrests for your trotters.
It looks like a deer though, with antlers. Yeah, to me it looks just like a deer with antlers. Now how do I, no, I just want to, I want to get rid, oh no, okay, okay, exit, okay, let's go back there. Okay, so let me mute this again, just in case I turn my own stream back on by accident, and we don't want to hear all the looping with the sound looping. Such a crude looking chair. Good grief. But I had to go down wasn't very far. Oh, here's another one, the British King Edward. This is a drawing. Oh. Maybe it did start off like that. To me, it looks like a gynecology chair. Oh, how funny. Oh, how funny. So, how humans have the same thought process all around the world. This is so crazy. You know, we just tend to think the same thing, you know. And then they had a special little heel. So that is like crazy. They made a special place for his feet so that he could, what she called it, plowing 2 fields at the same time. The love chair. Yeah, there's all kinds of drawings about this love chair. How interesting is that? And she can grab a hold of the handles up there. That's probably about right, isn't it? How crazy. Okay, so I think that I'm going to be about done here. So this is what we did today. We did a combination of a lot of emojis here. We made, this was a paw print and lips. This was an eyeball and the devil. And so, I mean, these are just a little bit, we went to, let's see, where did we go? We were in the Emoji Kitchen developer here. It's called emojikitchen.dev. So I think it might be someone's developer website. Maybe, I'm not sure. But it's a lot of fun to go in there and mix up the emojis and do different things with them. And, you know, I think I'll be doing more of this again in the future, and I'll be having a little fun to see. I'm going to take a picture of them to see what my YouTube AI comes up with. I think that will be fun to see what it comes up with. The love chair. Oh my gosh, this love chair has someone put on a fancy pillow pad on the love chair. I still think it looks like if you put an animal head on the front of the love chair that you would get some animal, because to me it looks like an animal. How does the love chair work? I don't know. How does a lap dance work? Then get back to me a little bit later and let's see how a lap dance love chair works. And maybe someone can tell me about that at another time. I mean, as strange, you know, as strange as this is with this love chair, it's like they can come up with a love chair before they can come up with a changing table for a baby. Isn't that odd? You think about it? Just think about it. I mean, because the love chair looks like it could be a changing table of some sort, you know, besides being a gynecology table. But no, it's a love chair. Okay, shut up. Be quiet. Get off the internet right now. You've talked long enough.